Hey guys, I'm here today to show you a super easy way to make an ice cream cake. So I've started with my Freezer Mate medium deep, and I've put chocolate ice cream in there and smoothed out a good even layer, and I covered it and I put it in the freezer for about an hour so that it's nice and firm. Now I have chocolate chips in a bowl. I have posted the recipe. So what we're going to do here is it's 1 cup of chocolate chips, 3 tablespoons of corn syrup, okay, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. So you're just going to add these 3 items to a bowl. And then what I've done is I've taken my micro pitcher set and I've put a half a cup of cream, heavy whipping cream, in the large micro pitcher, and the small cup has actually gone on as a lid, inverted, and it was microwaved for 2 minutes until it was basically boiling. So it's now really nice and hot. I'm going to dump it over top of the chocolate. We're just going to let that sit there for a second. So now the key to making the ice cream cake is to freeze the base so that it's nice and firm, because this fudge mixture is now going to go on top of this base of ice cream, and we're going to put it back in the freezer, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to put the vanilla top layer of ice cream on top, and it's like a do-it-yourself Dairy Queen ice cream cake. So when you do this, like Dairy Queen, guys, you can customize as much as you want. You can use crushed chocolate bars in the layers with the fudge. You can mix up the ice cream flavors that you use. There's lots of combos that you can use. Anybody who's been to Dairy Queen, use your imagination. I'm going to keep this one fairly basic. So as you can see, this still is a fairly runny chocolate fudge. This is why you're going to freeze it before you do anything else with it. So what I like to do is I'm going to use some Oreo crumbs, and I'm going to add a little bit of Oreo crumbs right into the fudge. But you can never really have too much chocolate. This is where you could add in regular graham crumbs, you could add in crushed Oreos, you could add in Fudgios, you could add in chocolate bars, kind of whatever you want in this part. It is going to freeze up in the Freezer Mate. So I am just going to get rid of that. And we're just going to pour a nice even layer of this on top of the chocolate ice cream. Now, again, you're going to want to do this part fairly quickly because this is nice and warm and your ice cream obviously is frozen, so you don't want this to be out of the freezer for too long. So we're just going to give that, it kind of self-levels itself. Okay, and you can kind of see where we've got now the fudge layer. So I'm going to put the lid on this, actually, before I am going to sprinkle another layer of the cookie crumbs. And kind of gently spread them around. Okay, I'm going to pop the lid on this. We now have a nice even layer of cookie crumble on top of the ice cream cake. I'm going to put this back into my freezer for about an hour or two, and then I will come back and we will finish it off. See you soon. Hey guys, I'm here to show you the end of the ice cream cake. I've had this in the freezer now for a few hours, so it is good and firm. I pulled out my vanilla ice cream and let it sit for a bit so that, so it's nice and soft so that I can mold it into my freezer mate. So I am just going to put a few scoops in here, and then I've got my spatula. I'm going to spread it out nice and even. So now with this layer, I'm doing vanilla. This is where you could add in, your Snickers ice cream or any of your fancy ice creams if you wanted to do that kind of an ice cream cake. This one I'm just doing basic with chocolate and vanilla. Just a little bit more. So it's about a half a tub of each by the time I'm done. Okay. I'm going to stop being picky. So that is now my ice cream cake. As you can see here, we've got the chocolate ice cream, we've got the fudge and cookie crumble, and the vanilla ice cream. Now I'm just going to take some chocolate sprinkles and top it. You can top it with whipped cream and then freeze it, and the whipped cream will freeze somewhat. You can do Christmas sprinkles, you can do chocolate chips, you can do kind of anything you would like. Now we're going to put the lid back on the freeze it, and I'm going to put this back into the freezer for a couple hours, and then I have a finished ice cream cake. See you later.